Hi ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another video. So today I wanted to discuss something, okay? First of all, right, thank you so much guys for subscribing. So to all my new subscribers, thank you so much. I really do appreciate your support, okay? Without you guys, my channel wouldn't get anywhere, okay? So I do appreciate you, okay? Each and every one of you. So I'm sending you guys a lot of love, all right? So another thing, okay? I usually don't try to focus on the negative comments, but they tend to stand out, right, from the rest. And so, first of all, thank you so much for all of your positive comments, okay? Because most of them are extremely positive, and I do appreciate that, okay? But also, right, there was a comment on my channel, okay, that was like, hey, you know, why are you repeating yourself, you know, all the time, right? And like you're wasting people's time, right? So to answer this comment, right, if you feel like I'm wasting your time, then just simply move along. You don't have to stay here. My videos, you know, are for those that actually want to hear what I have to say, you know. So if you feel like I'm wasting your time, then, you know, you're more than welcome to leave, right? And to find something else to watch. That's all, right? And so that's, you know, that's something that I wanted to address. Another thing is, right, is a lot of my videos, they're not edited, you know, and that's the way that I like it. And the reason being is because I want it to sound genuine. Most of my videos, you guys, I don't even prepare for them, you know. You know, a lot of them will be unedited, raw, right, and from the heart, okay? So, yeah, some of my videos, you will notice, especially in the past, right, I do have a lot of things written down, right? And so some of my videos will be more formal, right? And a lot of them will be more informal because I'm speaking from my heart, right? And I just want it to kind of flow. I want the information to kind of flow out of me, you know? I don't want it to sound overly prepared, overly genetic, overly analytical, right? Where, you know, it's coming from my mind, you know. I want it to come from my heart, from my soul, okay? And so that's why, and yeah, I will probably repeat myself in some of those videos, but that's okay, right? Because that's just what happens. And guess what? Repetition is also a good thing because, you know, it's a good way to remember information better, right? And so if I repeat certain things, then maybe they're important, you know. So there's that, right? So yeah. But for the most part, guys, the comments are so positive, you know, and I don't want to focus on this one negative comment, right, or these two negative comments, right? So there's that, right? Also, if you're going to be harassing me when it comes to like my clothing, you know, then also get off my channel. Like, I wear what I want to wear, you know, it's just me, right, being me. So if you don't like the things that I'm wearing, then get off my channel. Okay, if it's bothering you, you know, stop criticizing me in every single, there's this person, okay, and you know who you are. I feel like you're just annoying, okay? And so, you know, I feel like maybe you should go find a hobby or something else to do, okay, with your time. So there's that, okay? Now that we've addressed all of this, okay, guys, let's get back to something more positive. Let's get back to this idea that came to me, okay? And I was thinking about this, and there's this really interesting movie that I watched, okay? And it's actually from a book, and the book is called The Pilgrims Progress, okay? I haven't read the book yet, but I definitely want to, especially after watching the movie. I haven't watched the entire movie, okay? But me and my kid were watching it together, okay? And so it's called The Pilgrims Progress, and I already I posted that movie on my in my comment section, okay, in the community section, okay, of my channel, okay. So if you guys want to, you can, you know, feel free to check it out, or just actually Google it, okay, on YouTube. And just Google it. It's called the Progress. Okay. So supposedly, guys, that book was banned. Okay. It was banned in China for some time. Okay. It was prohibited also during the communist era. Okay, and it has sold almost as many copies as the Bible itself, okay? So that's how powerful this book is, okay? And you guys, when you think about it from a spiritual perspective, or from a perspective of an individual, right, who's going through all of this spiritual warfare and spiritual battles, you can actually, you can see this book playing out, okay? And because that's, you know, and so it makes sense on why it was banned, especially from China, right, where, you know, the freedom of expression is so suppressed, right, especially in the mainland China, right, where everything is monitored, where citizens are constantly monitored, right, and where there are cameras everywhere, and where you get points off for, like, even things like jaywalking, right, where, you know, they basically, you know, they penalize you for everything, and eventually you can't even fly out of the country, right, or you can't even take the train for, you know, making social mistakes, right, and so there's that, right? And so, you know, yes, and so let's get back to the book, right? And so the book it talks about how it's basically about a guy who read a book, and it started convicting him of his sin, okay, and the way that he was living, basically, okay, and so he decided to leave his town, okay, which was called, I think, the Destruction Town, or something like that, along those lines, right? So it had like a very interesting name too, right? And I guess it implied that, you know, the city that he was living in, right, or the way that the people in that town were living was basically sinful, right? And so they were self-destructing themselves, right? And so I think that's what, you know, that's what the name kind of symbolized, okay, or implied, right? So the guy decided to leave his town in search for the truth, you know, and so on his way to you know, to find a better city, a city ruled by, you know, someone who's decent and kind, and so he wanted to find, you know, a place like that, okay, and so he went on to you know, he set out on this journey, right, and along his journey he got distracted, right, and so there were many different distractions, a lot of them had to do with money too, financial distractions and things like that, right, and so this actually applies in our own lives too, okay. And of course, you know, and I'm going to discuss distractions here, right, because they're very important, okay. So what comes with distractions is that they actually keep us from evolving, right, evolving and self-developing. And why are we so obsessed with self-development and distractions? I mean, sorry, not distractions, self-development and growth, right? The reason being is because our entire journey here is to evolve, okay? It's to evolve and eventually to ascend so high that when you die, you're going to go back to source, okay? To the creator. Okay, so that's the entire, that's the point, okay? And so if you're not able to evolve and if you get stuck, right? When we get distracted, that's what keeps us from evolving, okay? We get either too lazy to do something, right? Or we get too comfortable in certain things, right? Or we become like I said, we stop self-developing, right? We stop growing, and in turn we cannot progress farther, right? And so the whole the entire spiritual battle comes down to distracting us and keeping us away from self-growth, so we don't evolve as souls, as individuals, okay? And so, yeah, and so you always have to look out for that, right? You have to look out for distractions because it is true, like in that book, right? This relates to real life too, okay? It relates to real life because distractions, and what can distractions be? Like, what are some distractions, right, that we have in our lives? Well, first of all, right, social media, right, and the internet is extremely, extremely distracting, right, and it can keep you in an endless loop of just scrolling, right. Your brain gets rewarded for likes, you know. You're posting about your life, right, on social media. You're wasting your time. Also, you're wasting your present moment too, right, and. So you're constantly getting rewarded, like your brain gets rewarded for, and also you lose your focus, okay. Not only that, right, but you eventually over time, and by watching these short movies, short videos, that actually trains your brain to think in a certain way, and you lose your focus, okay. So a lot of people nowadays, they can't even read books anymore because of those short videos that they're watching, okay. Once again, because they can't focus on a lot of information, you know, for long periods of time, right. And so that's a big problem, right, once again, guys, because books actually help us evolve, right. They move us forward, they keep us progressing, right. They keep us, they eventually over time they expand their consciousness, right. And so there's that, right. And so you want to stay away from, you know, from anything that distracts you, right. That can distractions can they don't just come from social media, right, but they also come from people, okay. Those are like your biggest distractions, okay. The devil will always send his minions, right, and the minions will of course be unconscious vessels. Basically, they'll be unconscious beings who are, you know, driven by the devil, driven by bad spirits, basically, right. And they don't even know it, okay. They don't even realize that in most cases, right. And so they're going to be your biggest distractions, okay. They're going to come into your life, and they're not going to want you to evolve. They're going to distract you often with riches, you know. They will distract you with you know, things that don't really make you grow, things that don't help you evolve. In fact, they're going to try to these distractions, they're going to try to siphon your energy, because that's what this is about too, okay. You need your energy in order to evolve, in order to progress, right, in order to grow. If you don't have any energy, especially creative energy, right, then you're going to you're going to get stuck basically on your journey, okay. Guys, if I go back to my relationships, right, in the past, right, the toxic ones, okay, I can see very well that I was really, really struggling with energy, okay. My health started deteriorating, right. I started feeling really bad. I was always tired, exhausted. I started losing a lot of weight, you know, and I looked like hell basically, right, and I didn't look healthy. And so those were the toxic relationships, right? While the guys on the other end, right, they started looking better, right? They got in shape, into better shape. Their careers started flourishing and prospering, right? And that's because they were siphoning my energy to you know, they were basically stealing from me to get what they wanted, you know. And so if you get into a toxic relationship, that's exactly what's going to happen, right? It's not only is it going to keep you stuck, and it's going to keep you from evolving and progressing, right? You know, from your consciousness, you know, expanding, right? You're going to be lacking energy too, and you're going to, you know, you're basically going to get stuck, right? And in every way, okay, physically, financially, energetically, right? Because it all comes down to your energy levels, okay. If you don't have the energy to do the things that you want to do, you're not going to progress, right? And so that's the whole point of this individual coming into your life. And that's why, you know, in this let's make it this year, okay, 2025, make it your point to be conscious of the people that you bring into your life, okay, because they can also come in the form of a friendship too. Friendship, relationships, acquaintance, even people that you see on a daily basis, you know. And if you do have people like this in your work, okay, it's time to rethink this job, okay? Because once again, these people are keeping you stuck. They're taking your energy. A lot of them are energy vampires too, okay? And you know, just because a person has a lot of money also, right? They have a lot of, you know, physical assets, right? Financial resources, doesn't mean that they're a good person, okay? A lot of us also automatically drop our guard down when it comes to people with money, right? We shouldn't be doing that, because just because, you know, someone has money doesn't mean that they're a good person, okay? In many cases they're not, you know, so it depends on the individual, right? But just do your, you know, check in with yourself, you know, how are you feeling around this person, right? What are their eyes like, you know? Are they soulful, or are they dead, you know? Is someone like completely dead looking into your eyes, right, while you're with them? Or does this person have a soul, and does it show in their eyes? The eyes are the window to their soul, right? The windows to their soul. And so, yeah, never forget about that, right? And also, how do you feel around this person? How do you feel after you leave this person's presence? Do you want to automatically eat? Are you like starving, right? Maybe you grab, like, as soon as, maybe you just ate, right? Maybe you guys went somewhere, I don't know. And then when you come home, you feel like you're starving. That's also a big indication that they took a lot of your emotional energy, okay? So, and it doesn't relate to your to the physical, right? To you being hungry, okay? Like wanting to physically eat food, right? Yeah, it relates to your emotional energy. That person took a lot of your emotional energy and never replenished it back, okay? And so it has to be an even exchange. Always remember that, right? And so, you know, there's that, right? And so, you know, also, right, how you can tell if that person is bad for you, if it's not a good person, right, is that you might get also physical symptoms, okay? So your body might start sending you signals. You might get a headache around them, you know, your stomach might start hurting, right? I don't know, something else, maybe your back might start hurting, right? And you never had those problems before, okay? So just always pay attention to that too, okay? If it's the wrong, and also, of course, if for those of you that are more in touch, more in tune with the universe, right, you might start seeing signals or signs of the fact that this person is a distraction and that you should stay away from them, okay? So there's that, right? And so, just remember who you are, right? Remember that your journey is going to be filled with distractions, and more often than not, they're going to come in the form of, you know, offers that seem to be extremely appealing, that you might even need, and that, you know, are going to be alluring, and they're going to be very, very difficult to refuse, right? And hence the distraction. But if you do take that offer, then you're going to usually compromise your morals, your values, your energy, the way you feel about yourself, you know, and so on, okay? And so, and all of this will keep you stuck in a fear-based mode. It's going to keep you stuck from progressing. Okay, because people that are confident, people that are they feel good, people that feel good about themselves, they go after the things that they're passionate about too. Okay, which in turn helps them progress, right? Which in turn helps them better society and help other people too. Okay, people that are filled with the Holy Spirit, people that are walking in their truth, right? In the light, basically, right? Because the truth is the light. They are the ones that are also the way showers for others too, okay, in the darkness. And so they're going to be attacked. They're going to be attacked the most by the devil, okay, and by unconscious vessels who are demonically driven, basically, okay? So there's that, right? So it's very important to keep this in mind, guys, okay? Don't get distracted. Keep going, have discernment, okay? Develop discernment as far as who you share your energy with, okay? You have a lot to give as this basically, well, I can say the source, as someone with the Holy Spirit, as someone who is conscious, as someone who is powerful, as someone who has been created in the image of God. You're extremely powerful, okay? You have a lot of amazing energy to give. This energy has to be put to good use, okay? Don't let anyone steal your energy and siphon it for themselves in order to use it for themselves, okay? You're so much better than that. You deserve the world because you can positively impact this world so much, okay, with your gifts, with your energy. Okay, so guys, I hope you really enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching. Okay, please subscribe if you haven't already, and stay tuned for more videos.